guys, it's Nija, and you are listening to the Create Yourself podcast. It is the new year! So exciting to be making this episode for you guys in 2025. And if you're catching the replay, hi, welcome. So I have found a new wind in my sail. I guess we could say that. I don't know, something about, the change of the year and the fact that it's New Year, it really does give you a new sense of fire, a new sense of inspiration. Now, don't worry if you don't feel that fire or inspiration yet. Technically, the real New Year doesn't start until April time. That is when spring starts, the ice starts to melt, and the world comes back to life. So if you don't quite feel like the new year has started for you, don't worry. We are technically still in the winter season. The ice is still out. It's still cold. People are still, figuring things out. Really tying up 2024 with a bow, really getting to reflect and understand what they experienced in 2024 or whatever the previous year was for you. So again, don't stress out if you don't quite yet feel that new year energy. It is coming, I promise you. So I wanted to make today's episode because this morning I woke up and I randomly felt the urge to write a blog post. Usually I will have the urge to make a YouTube video or make a podcast episode. But today, I don't know, something said, Nija, I want you to write. So I whipped out my laptop, I had my coffee, and I started writing a blog post. By the way, if you guys can't get enough of me and you want even more of me, I did start writing blog posts on my website, nijasym.com. So if you want to take a peek into the internal landscape of my mind, you should check that out. Saying all that to say, you might be feeling the urge to do something that you haven't done in a really long time. And you might not understand exactly why you're being called or drawn to doing that thing, but you should totally do it. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I do things like write or journal or make podcast episodes, I really do feel like it is free therapy for me. And so if you guys just need an outlet, if you just need to hear your soul speak, if you need to speak to yourself or just get something out of yourself, I highly recommend journaling. I highly recommend podcasting, and don't feel like you have to be perfect in your podcasting. I literally will sit on my couch or sit in my car even and pull out my podcasting mic and just start talking. Today, I didn't really have a sense of direction about what I wanted to talk about. I just knew that one, I wanted to get my free New Year's therapy out, and two, I know that we always get some type of juicy message when I just let it flow and let spirit take the wheel. So that's what we're doing today in this episode. So yes, journaling, podcasting, and also writing if you have a blog or something. Really, all you really want to focus on is getting it out. Whatever is inside of you, getting it out, getting your thoughts out, getting your ideas out, getting your words out, especially if you feel like you're still kind of lost from the previous year and you need to recollect your thoughts and regain your composure and get a fresh start. Highly recommend journaling, podcasting, or writing in some sort. It's really going to help you. So that's my first little tip for the new year. I really want everyone to reflect. So in my reflecting today, it led me to reflect over the things that I did in 2024 that I feel like were really good, things that I really feel like I excelled at, things that I really feel like I accomplished and achieved, even if it wasn't necessarily my goal for the year. And I talk about this in that blog post on my website. So again, if you're interested, you can check it out. And what I titled that blog post was Love Yourself Enough to Do It. And so that's the conversation that I want to have with you guys right now. How do you love yourself enough to achieve your goals? Loving yourself enough to go after your goals, to go after your desires, to go after your dreams. Do you love yourself enough to go for it? Do you love yourself enough to try this year. And that is my affirmation for myself this year. It is love yourself enough to do it. So whatever your goal is this year, or your goals if you have more than one, love yourself enough to try. Love yourself enough to take it seriously. Love yourself enough to take yourself and your dreams and the creation of your dream life seriously. All right? So something that I realized, and this is something that one of my coaches talks about as well, is usually you have a self-love problem. You don't have a motivation problem. Sometimes we say, I'm not motivated enough to achieve my goal. I'm not motivated enough to go to the gym today. I'm not motivated enough to work on my business today. I'm not motivated. Guys, the idea of motivation low-key is a lie. And I know, I hate it, because I'm the type of girl who's like, if I don't feel like doing it, like I need to be in the mood, or I'm just not going to do it. But then I realized that ultra successful people, millionaires and billionaires, say, fuck your feelings, I'm going to get the work done. And this is so hard for me to do because I'm such a feeling person. If I don't feel like it, I'm going to wait till I do feel like it and then I'll do it. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes you're never going to feel like it, but you still have to go after the things that you desire, or you'll never see them manifest. And so it is not a motivation problem. It is a lack of self-love problem. And from now on, I'm rewiring my mind to see it as exactly that. Right? When I don't feel like going to the gym, it is no longer a motivation problem, because let's face it, no one ever wants to go to the gym. But of course, we feel good after we've done it. So if I don't feel like going to the gym and I try and use the excuse, I'm not motivated, so I'm not going to go today, it is not a motivation problem. It is a self-love problem. It is me saying, Nija, I don't love you enough to take care of my body today. And I have a problem with that, okay? So this year we are cultivating that muscle of self-love, saying to ourselves, I love myself so much that yes, I'm going to take my dreams seriously. This doesn't mean that we're going to be perfect, but we are going to try. We're going to try. This year we're going to try. And I realize that that's really all that's required of us in life. Just try. Your angels, guides, and helpers, they just want to see you try. Okay? I just want to see you try. As your coach and mentor in manifestation and mindset, I just want to see you try. Okay? And so that is my mindset this year. I love myself enough to take my business seriously. I love myself enough to take my health seriously. I love myself enough to take my goals seriously. I love myself enough to take saving up for my future seriously. I love myself enough to take traveling seriously if that's what I want to do, right? Whatever it is that I write down as my goals or intentions for this year, I'm going to ask myself, do I love myself enough to make this happen? And I pray to God the answer is yes. And when I ask myself that question, even if the motivation is not there, I'm going to ask myself, Nija, do you love yourself enough to try? Do you love yourself enough to show up? Do you love yourself enough to look at that goal every single day and take one step forward towards it? Again, perfection is not the goal, and it's never going to be the goal. Can we just try? This year, can we just try? And I feel good with that. Okay, so today, not only did I make a blog post, I am now recording this podcast episode for you. And on top of that, you guys, I got back into my private community. So for those of you guys who don't know, I have the private community, Dream Life Academy. It is for awakened women on a mission to create their dream life. And I'm not going to lie. Around November time, the end of November of last year, I completely ghosted my community. What does that mean? I stopped posting in my community. I stopped doing our weekly Zoom calls. I completely stopped. Why did I stop? I stopped because I did feel burnt out by the end of the year. I was super proud of myself. We had been doing weekly Zoom sessions every Monday night. I was creating slides every single week to teach the ladies in the community something new. I really felt like I was providing value, and I was showing up on YouTube, and I was just really in my bag, and I felt so proud of myself and so productive. But then I realized that I was getting burnt out, and it wasn't really me being burnt out, but it was really me having to hold space for the dream, for the desire that I asked God for. You know, for the past years, I've been saying, God, make me YouTube famous, make my business take off, make me this, make me that. And this last year in 2024, I finally felt like I was tasting what success in my business really looked like. I was having success in my selling of digital products. I was having success in my community. I had over 200 something girls join my private community, and I felt so proud and so accomplished. But again, it required a lot of energy of me to sustain all of that. And there is a message in here, guys, I promise. There is something that you have been asking for, begging the universe for, setting goals for every single year. You've been asking for it, asking for it, asking for it. And some of you guys are going to get exactly what you ask for. But the question is, do you have the energy to sustain it? Do you have the willpower to keep it going? Do you have whatever it takes to hold on to the thing that you've asked for? For some of you guys, this will look like you begged God for a new home, and God finally blesses you with the new home. Do you have the strength, the ability, and the energy to sustain that new home by making the monthly payments for the home, by keeping up on the maintenance and the cleanliness of the home, by doing what is required to maintain and sustain that home, right? Maybe you've been asking the universe for a new car. You're finally gonna get that car. Do you have what it takes to put gas in that car every week, to make that monthly car payment every month? Do you have what it takes to take that car to the shop and keep it maintained every single week, month, year, however long you keep the car? God is going to give you exactly what you want. Have you been putting in the reps to sustain and maintain that thing you've been asking for? For some of you guys, it might be that YouTube channel. You've been asking God, make me YouTube famous, make my podcast blow up, make people notice me, make people pay attention to me. That's what happened to me last year, right? I've been asking for years, like, God, where are the views? Where are the subscribers? Where are the people? And then I finally made a video that completely takes off, goes viral in the sense of me, like, not, if you've gone through posting and not having massive views and you finally have a video hit, I don't know, 50,000, 100,000, a million views, right? That is a lot of energy to hold on to. And then people will start subscribing to your platform, and then you realize, oh my God, I've finally done it, but now I have to keep showing up. Do I have the energy to keep showing up for this community? Do I have the energy to keep posting content? Do I have the energy to keep editing videos? The universe is going to give you exactly what you want. The question is, do you love yourself enough to keep showing up and sustain the thing that you've asked for? That was a big question for me. Last year, I made the private community, started making monthly revenue in my private community, started making daily sales of my digital products, and also started getting massive views on my channel. But then I got burnt out and was like, I don't want to post anymore. I don't want to show up in my community anymore. I don't want to sell these products anymore. Like, what? God is like, I literally just gave you everything you asked for on a silver platter. What do you mean you don't want to do this anymore? Yeah, that's what happens. So, saying all this to say, guys, what I really truly desire and crave for you this year is one, that you love yourself enough to go after your dreams, go after your goals, and not be afraid to boldly proclaim what it is that you desire in life. And then two, do you love yourself enough to get the ball rolling and to keep the ball rolling? When you start seeing the glimpse of success, when you start seeing it work out for you, meaning you start seeing the views come in, you start seeing the revenue come in, you start seeing the people come in to support you, are you going to exercise that muscle to keep the ball rolling? Your success is inevitable. If you are trying every single day at your goal, at your dream, at your desire, it's just a matter of time. You will be successful. But when success finds you, when success hits you, are you going to have what it takes to keep the success, to sustain the success? That's the real question. All right, guys, I want everybody to think about what your goals are this year. What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve in 2025, aka 2020 Thrive? Okay, because we're all thriving this year. I feel the energy of this year is going to be more fun, more playful, and more inviting for you to try the things that you want to try and achieve this year. I just feel it being more inviting, okay? Less stressful, more fun, more play, more inviting. And so, if you are in agreement with that, I want you to take a second today and write down what are your goals for this year. If you could have absolutely everything you wanted this year, what would you ask for? I want you to write them down. Don't just think them in your mind. The power is in the pen, guys. I don't know if you've heard this saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. If you take the opportunity to write down the things you desire, this actually does something physically, emotionally, mentally, chemically to yourself. Writing down your desires is so important, and it's a vital step in the manifestation process. It's also a vital step in the goal setting process. Simply writing down your goals is going to bring you one step closer to the things that you desire. People who write down their goals are more likely to achieve their goals than people who don't. Just something to think about. So, write down your goals for this year. And then if you want to take it a step further, I know you guys are manifestation baddies. I want you guys to now break down those goals into quarters, right? What do you want to achieve the first quarter? What do you want to achieve the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter? For those of you guys who don't know, a quarter is 3 months or 12 weeks. Last year, I read the book, The 12-Week Year, and it really helped me with goal setting. And instead of thinking it's going to take you the entire year to achieve something, only give yourself 3 months to do it and see how much faster you get it done. Okay, so that is your homework for this podcast episode. Write down your goals for 2025. If you're feeling fancy, go ahead and break them down into quarterly goals. And then my last thing, if you really want to take it up a final step, I want you to use ChatGPT. Take one goal at a time into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT if they can turn it into a 30-day action plan for you. Whatever your goal is. Take that goal and ask ChatGPT, can you give me a 30-day action plan of something I can do every single day to reach this goal? Highly suggest in 2025 you guys take advantage of ChatGPT. I'm going to be using ChatGPT all year 2025 because it's just such a valuable resource. So, I love you guys so much. Happy New Year. So excited to be taking my content creation seriously, taking my business seriously, taking myself and my goals seriously this year, and I'm so excited to be a guide, mentor, and coach to help you guys do the same thing. I am Nija Sym. This is the Create Yourself podcast. Happy New Year, and I can't wait to see what we achieve this year. Bye!